Right. This is also speaking to what is the specific pattern of conduct that's underway at the courthouse, Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. This engineer light is what is swiping across the courthouse while a state actor, because I'm at the state facilitating venue, a third party and or state actor is driving by me in the parking lot at 8303 Haven Avenue, the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. And I'm referencing the court because I'm there capturing video at 10:29 a.m. on June 23rd, 2022, and the entity is engaging in what is the hallmark of stalking in the path with engineer light. The entity maintains engineer light everywhere that you're at, and that's why it's on my ceiling while I'm inside of the depths of my apartment, while you saw it over my head at the same time at 10:30 in the morning, while you're looking at what's supposed to be the explanation for the presence of the light source. That's not the sun that's hunkering down in alignment with my person on the third floor of an apartment building. That's not the sun that's remaining from the beginning till the end of the day. That's not the sun that's going to be present over 8303 Haven Avenue and also in its zenith over me at the same time in Los Angeles, which is 1806 North Alvarado Street. And that's only because I'm in my apartment. Remember, when I'm in my leasing office, I cannot see the sky space. So it's mutually exclusive. If this is the sun, you're talking about real-time movement in order to be in alignment with me and in that direction inside of my leasing office, that sky space, all right? And it's also, again, hunkering down. It's a hovering light source in order to be seen through the windows. The sun is something that is not hunkering down, hovering above buildings like this light source is, and it's also not going to be present at one address all day, and it also doesn't create this light that you see above my head. This is speaking to the pattern of conduct that's underway at courthouses, because the entity maintains this engineered light at the courthouses and also stalking in the path with engineered light on the court building, which is exactly what I documented at the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, and I will upload that video so you can look at it and continuously reference it, because you're understanding what is no exception to this state system. And that's what an entity, by the way, a corrupt one and a demon-possessed one is relying on. That first of all, they're of a specific condition, which is a secret to you. This is demonic activity. These are the demon-possessed, and they're also engaging what is abuse of whatever positions that the demon-possessed currently have. They're in the government. They're in the courthouses. They're practicing law. They are in positions of power. In other words, the public defender's office, the district attorney's office, judges, the law enforcement, and the sheriff's departments. This is they're sitting in facilities diagnosing people as mentally ill when they're engaged in the pattern of conduct. That's what I documented at the Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. And they also engage in, not only is the pattern of conduct underway illustrated through the environment, they are exercising fictitious authority clearly outside of the bounds of the law, which is what I've documented at every single venue as well. Clearly, you don't have probable cause, reasonable suspicion where you're stalking as a police. Secondly, you're engaged in kidnapping upon any arrest that's made. And then you have what is a continuation of a kidnapping by the sheriff's department, who are also documented engaged in what is this criminal surveillance system. They're group stalkers and they're demons, and they're exercising fictitious authority clearly outside of the bounds of the law. They engage in what is keeping you in jail while they're monitoring you in this specific environment and not taking you to court, making up court dates, keeping you under those illegal bases. By the way, it's an illegal arrest at the outset, so it's always illegal. But then when you're in they don't correct it, they don't cure it. And this is how you also know it's a state system. There is no point where it's an accident or it's an oversight or it's a mistake. They are clearly engaged in what is a system that is in existence in the state of California. And that's why each aspect of the government that I documented fully engaged in that pattern of conduct and criminal obstruction of justice for purposes of concealing this very system that I'm exposing. This is engineered light on my ceiling. It is an outright ongoing. It doesn't get any more clear than this. Why you would provide this body of evidence to someone. There is no grounds upon which you could ever defame the ordinary target individual, but the ordinary target individual doesn't have this evidence. In addition, the ordinary target individual is not going to submit this to the corrupt demons sitting in the court, who will silence them, disregard them, pull up so-called medical professional psychiatrists who will make up information about them and entirely disregard the evidence of what is the pattern of conduct, which is exactly what the entity did, by the way, engaging in what is kidnapping Lisa Rogan, who's going to federal prison. All right. The evidence of the state stalking, and that was entirely disregarded and denied a trial in what was a fictitious prosecution upon a kidnapping by the police who were stalking, all right, and the sheriff's department who were stalking. I mean, criminal act upon criminal act, and then an outright kidnapping upon criminal defamation. Yeah, she's going to federal prison, her and everybody else. This is the environment that they're acting in, and they're demons. It's not just criminal. This is a demon-possessed population that's in the position of government, and they have yet to be removed and exposed on the world scene. And I mean, Lisa Rogan is going to be published on the list to be maintained by the Department of Justice as a group stalker, and that will be synonymous with the demon possessed. That's also what you need to understand. It is currently 10:47 a.m. There's no sun that's going to be over the, by the way, the Upland Public Library as well. Clearly, you saw it outside of my window, but the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is documenting group stalking at this time during daylight savings time at 450 North Euclid Avenue with the Upland Police Department. There's no sun that's over the Upland Public Library while it's outside of my living room, while you're also looking at what's not possible sunlight. What else did I document during daylight savings time? When the entity is rising and setting the sun at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, which is a matter of documentation, the same entity where this corrupt, demon-possessed entity that's stalking me obsessively kidnapped me, exercising fictitious authority under the law, abusing, in other words, their positions that they currently have that they have yet to be removed from, showing what is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. And at 10:46 in the morning, the light source is hovering over my apartment room on the second floor at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, where you're going to see the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. Group stalking. Okay, and then there are demons pacing all around in the engineered light with multiple shadows inside of the facility where they were kidnapping me. All right, you see also the American Medical Response Group stalking and the Ontario Fire Department at 231 South Euclid Avenue, where the light source is hovering above my hotel room at Economy Inn, where this entity was engaging in what is group stalking here. And then you have the light source that you already saw, but I'm gonna show it again. Because that engineer light coexists with the maintenance of that which is not even possibly the sun. It is entirely distinct. This isn't sunlight, neither is that sunlight, and this is not even possibly the sun. At the same time, this is not going to be seen over room 277 at 2301 South Euclid Avenue during the same time of year. It's the P.O.C. All right, and this is the entity that's always stalking and hell. This is unfortunate, but this is the reality. Understand that this is the American version of terrorism in the United States. The government in California is practicing what is that of the demonic. You have a demon-possessed population that are currently engaging in what is a matter of public corruption, and they are stalking and terrorizing American citizens. They can fly to the opposite direction. You know what this is? This is called relevant positioning. And this is the malicious endeavor to continue stalking you while a demon is failing at seeking to appear as though they're disinterested and not concerned with the targeted individual. That doesn't work in engineered light, okay? That's unpersuasive in the specific environment. And it's also unpersuasive when they're engaging in what is flying in relevant position for 47 minutes, when they're flying over your head, when they're flying over your office, when they're flying over your apartment, 24/7. That's unpersuasive. And by the way, that's called relevant positioning. They're stalking in the path. Now they're crossing path. This is P.O.C. The light source. How do you know they're stalking me? You know they're stalking me because the light source is directly above me. And the documentation showing that this is not possibly the natural environment. That's how you know that demons are stalking you. And those demons are affiliated with the Los Angeles Police Department. It is currently 10:50 a.m. This is P.O.C.